There's a lot of guys that live with trauma, being molested at, like, not even just at that age, but being molested in general. It's either it makes them overly, like, hypersexual, and they go around building this anger, you know, this one woman did this to me, and now I'm gonna go around doing this to other women, and because I want that power back.
A lot of parents see the boy child and they be like, oh, what could really
what's the
happen?
worst thing you can do?
Like, like I can leave him auntie seriously.
Like, the auntie thing is promiscuous. Books before boys, because boys bring babies. Now, you guys need to enforce that amount of education as well to young boys as well. Hey, yes, fine. You can be a boy if you want to fasa and what sharp fasa, but when it comes to victimization, make sure, like you mentioned, these are my private parts, my private parts. For the same thing for boys, and that gap there's a gap to the market. Hey guys! Welcome to another episode of
another podcast.
Hi guys! How you doing, pretty lady?
I'm doing good. How are you, pretty lady?
I feel blessed. It's a beautiful new start to the week. I'm excited for today's topic because it's gonna get a lot of guys talking in the comments. No, we're not trashing y'all. We're actually trying to be on your side.
Yes, to you, because wow.
Because
a lot
y'all
of y'all
go through
victims.
a lot. But I'm not being Nandi though. Y'all go through a lot, yes. But I'm not giving you grace.
I'm not giving you grace.
Not giving you grace at all.
Hey, yeah,
Bro.
no, but like, so basically today, we're talking about how like a lot of guys have lost their virginities to women who are much older than them. Like a lot of them. Like every time you ask a guy, and they say, oh yeah, and then we ask her, how old was she? They're like, ish.
I don't think I want to talk about that right now.
Because you're a victim. And some of them don't feel like victims. Some of them don't see it that way.
They see it, yeah, I'm the man.
Yes, and I smashed a 26-year-old.
Yo.
And you were 16.
Yo. Because thing is, how I even found myself to realize this phenomenon, man. Every time maybe I get to know a dude, I always ask her, how old were you when you lost your virginity?
Yeah.
And majority of them buffered. Like, they tweaked.
Yeah.
Some of them are like, ish, I don't think I want to tell you that. Or, ish, hey, will you judge me? I lost it at age
Literally, bro.
There was like, Umongwe was like, I lost it at 12, and it was a girl from high school or whatever. Or Babangwe, like, literally say it point blank, or no, I don't want to really count that as my first time. It wasn't by choice because, to be honest, and I realize it now, I was molested. So my first time when I actually wanted to do it myself, this is when I lost my virginity. But the first one...
It wasn't like my decision.
It wasn't my decision. They disregarded it. Or you already did it. They really did it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. It's not my mother language. It's not my mother language. I'm sorry.
We're thinking, please, guys, please. I don't even know why this one is laughing so hard. Like, we're thinking,
so we're basically trying to see how we can unpack the fine line between, are you a victim or did you actually proud of that? Because half and half, some guys that we know said that, no, I wasn't a victim. Like, it's
like when okahana medi a fetanga le pula bana.
You're a victim.
You're a victim. Like, what do you mean? Just because at that time, like, you felt like you wanted to or whatever, and the girl was hot, and how could you say no? In no world is it okay for a woman who's significantly older than you to get coercion. It's not about get coercion.
It's coercion.
That woman coerced you to smash, and you smashed, and you are going about thinking, oh yeah, ke boss on
Mind you,
nae,
she's
feeling all-
an adult and she knew exactly.
and she
what
knew
was
exactly
doing.
what she was doing.
Like she knew exactly what she was doing. Like wow, because thing is, it's the same thing when young girls are being groomed by older men, right?
And they don't see it like that because they're like, no,
They're like, oh no,
he's so good to me.
He loves me.
You guys don't understand.
They don't understand. But from a guy's perspective, get that thing your ish. If I say no, it's basically my friends or everybody else around me that's gonna ask me about this experience they're going to judge my masculinity and
they're gonna be like, "Oka marolo no ka hana da baby jo, hana da baby."
You know what's about that thing? No, you know what? Street cred. Let's do it. But what about dudes who actually lost their virginity, like in their preteen or like in primary school years? Because there was a time when we were playing at Sunny's house, and someone once said that they lost their virginity at the age of 6, and everybody paused because I think we were playing a truth or dare or do or drink, something like that, and all the girls were like,
yeah, cause.
And fun, you know, that was really sad actually. So how do you feel about guys who lost their virginity at that age?
There, you're not even losing your virginity there, bruh. Straight up rape, dog. That's straight up molest. Yay! What's going on? Oh my gosh, what's going on? They were molested, okay? Let's just stick to the words. They were molested, okay?
Because it is straight up molestation. And what do you think goes through these women's minds when they do this to these boys?
All I know is they're sick, bro. Because I think it's a thing of like, that control and that power, like, like this person can't say no to me. And obviously it's like, hey, what goes through their mind? I can't imagine like
I can't even imagine myself trying to, let alone even be in a talking stage with the person that's 1 year younger than me.
I will not dramatic because it's like, dog, like what, like when I see a 6-year-old, I'm thinking, you know what I'm saying? I'm not thinking, oh, I wonder what his wee-wee looks like.
Like
hello.
And thing is, it's so sad because most guys who basically live with this trauma, right? There's a lot of guys that live with trauma, being molested at, like, not even just at that age, but being molested in general. It's either it makes them overly, like, hypersexual, and they go around building this anger, you know, this one woman did this to me, and now I'm gonna go around doing this to other women, and because I want that power back.
Yeah.
And no matter what they do, it doesn't matter how many women they went through and whatnot to get their power back. At the end of the day, you're gonna sit there by yourself and you have to fight that demon. You actually acknowledge the fact that, you know, like, unfortunately you won't get that power back, but the best thing you should do is go to therapy, man.
And get that sorted out because it's not normal.
And it's not fair
at all. Like, there's no ishbra. And very, like, when I think about it, like, a lot of the guys, not even that I've spoken to, like, on a romantic level, just even my guy friends or any guy that I've spoken to, like, 90% of those men, and when I've asked them, like, how old was the girl that you lost your virginity to, it's always someone who's significantly older than them. The youngest maybe was like 5 years older.
That is concerning, man.
Like maybe like 5 years older.
That is concerning.
And some of them, like you said, some of them brag about it. Some of them are like a bit like it's a sensitive topic for them because they realized.
They clocked it. No, this is actually really
wrong.
Like, and I've been victimized.
This is actually wrong, dog. Because like even a 16-year-old to break his virginity.
That is actually really
like
messed
what?
up. And I think those women, man, I think the saddest thing about it is that it's gonna be it's a long journey for young boys to be protected. Because there's a lot of boys who aren't protected. Because, you know, if you're like a boy mom, in your mind, you wouldn't think your child would be molested by, example, a nanny. Because some guys got molested by their nannies. You know, you're like, no, kimushimani, what's the worst that could happen? But I think young boys should be protected, dog, because a lot of these things happen, and
a lot of parents, a lot of parents see the boy child and they be like, oh, what could
what's
really
the worst
happen?
thing you can do?
Like kimushimani, like I can leave him le auntie. Auntie akasiri
Like
the
auntie thing is promiscuous.
Sick in the head. But also, like, another thing, like, you know, I think also, like, it also, like, them, like, being okay with losing their virginity to older women, I also think it stems down to, like, guys talking, like, Joe, happened na Joe, a 26-year-old took my virginity na le 14, o tlo mpotsa wena o chaba like how Joe, o ka se break virginity mo thalekanang le wena mfana ba itse selo, ba experience. And then now they feel compelled to actually go and find older women to break the virginity. And they think, actually, like the street cred thing that you were talking about, it's like, like Joe, like you wanna go to someone who's the same age as you. University.
That time, there's no difference. There's no difference at all. And I'm just trying to psychoanalyze what goes on in these women's heads.
Bro,
because
but these women
that just victimize these poor young boys. And thing is, like, it's so sad because when we scream, like, when we say GBV and whatnot, men, please get this through your skull. GBV, we're not saying it only happens to us.
It's so gender-based violence.
It's not WBV.
Whichever gender is the recipient of the abuse, the gender-based violence.
And what we're trying to do is basically make you guys more comfortable with bringing these things to light, because there's other boys out there who are sitting or suffering in silence because scared to voice out their emotions. So that's why this thing, toxic masculinity, is actually ruining you guys. That time it's a system you built up. But it's okay.
And you set up.
we're trying to make the world a better place. So what we're saying is that you guys need to basically talk more about this. Like, you know, bring it out there, because it's not normal.
It's not
normal at all.
It's not normal at all, bruh. Like, there's nothing normal about you losing your virginity to an older woman, bruh. Just because you feel like she has more experience or whatever. Or wrong when you know wrong, and that never should have happened, and you're a victim, even if you liked it, even if you felt like it was good, even if you felt like, I'm getting street cred or whatever, you're a victim. You're still a victim, either way.
And what do you think, not that we are capable of changing the world, right? You know, I mean, we're already heading into World War III. We're going to die anyway. You know, I mean, I'm sorry. But what do you think are the measures that we need to take as a country, not even just a country, but as a nation, the whole world, everyone? What measures do you think we need to take as a collective in order for guys to basically stop falling victim under the toxic masculinity cycle?
Chomi, they need to break it themselves.
There
is no way we as women can save them from a system that they built. There is no way. They themselves have to take it upon themselves to be like, okay, I'm breaking this toxic masculinity, blah, blah, blah. There's nothing. They don't listen to us anyway. So, like, genuinely, I feel like they've been taken advantage. Like, I really wish there was a way that we could, like, somehow, like, help to, like, you know, break that down and, you know, whatever. But realistically, there's nothing we can do as women.
There's basically nothing. They need to take it upon themselves to basically do something about it.
Hey, I mean, you can see when you talk to a guy and ask him about this whole breaking virginity thing, and you can see how they
dismiss their trauma like
exactly.
This. And no thing is, we're saying that because that trauma ends up affecting us. Like next door took advantage of you. No, every single woman you meet. It starts within.
And we never did anything.
And I think another thing that basically adds fuel to the fire. Most men are scared of reporting these things or even talking to anybody about them because one, they think their friends are gonna laugh at them. Two, if you go to the authorities, there's so many stories where a guy came to the hospital, but hey, this woman beat me up, and the police laughed at them.
And they're like, okay, but take mosadi wena. That's real life situations. Literally, okay, but take mosadi wena.
Because those I wish, those are the only two things I wish maybe could contribute to making the world a better place, I guess. Maybe the justice system and how men basically support each other, because you guys are actually your biggest downfalls as a collective. You guys are supposed
the
like
biggest ops.
brotherhood and sisterhood, like brotherhood versus sisterhood, two different things. What you guys do is basically condition yourselves. No, life is supposed to be hard for us. It's supposed to be like this. No, if you want to be a real man, you have to go do this, you have to go do that. You guys need to start within your own circle and make your own lives better in order. You guys need to be more supportive to each other. And also, you need to think about the type of friends you have.
And what they're telling you.
And what they're telling you. If you tell one of your homeboys, hey guys, you know what? When I actually think about it, when I lost my virginity, that was actually really messed up, and I was 12 and she was 21. And then if they laugh at you, my guy,
that's the problem. They can't have conversations like that because they either laugh or they be like, nah, wait, I'm on.
No, for real, dude. What's the craziest basically story you've heard from a guy about losing his virginity at a young age?
Like age gap wise,
and the like his age,
experience.
the experience and how old he was and how old that woman was.
Okay, so one story that I remember, even this guy was telling me in high school, when we were in high school. So basically, it was a thing of like, it was the older sister's friend, right? And and whatever. I don't know how the hell they were left alone, or if like the older sister's friend came back when he was home alone or something, because they ended up talking, right? Because they found each other attractive, right? But she was significantly older. I think she was like, maybe like 28. Ooh. He was in grade 8. Grade 7 or grade 8.
No way.
When that happened, right? But he's like, you know, and he, you know, kids who don't look their age and they look older than they actually are. Yeah, so sharp man. He tells me, Hori, it was that thing. She asked him, have you ever like had sex before? And he was like, nah. So let me show you. And that's how it happened. He was like, she was like, nah, let me show you. I know what to do. Like, let me show you. Let me teach you some stuff so that when you do finally have sex,
you know what to do.
As if he's not literally like, bro, like she was like, let me show you what to do when you decide to have sex, so that you don't embarrass yourself with whatever girl you're gonna be having sex with. What?
Are you serious, bro?
Yes, and obviously one hour to do mate.
And thing is, get that thing or let me show you that you're not giving him the option to say yes or no, or whether he wants to. Get that thing or in his mind he doesn't want to, but by nature, you know, get that thing or okay. Now I'm just, you know, I'm attracted, but do I really want to do this?
And very get that age at like those teenage years, very where like kids are like hormones are just skyrocketed, you know what I'm saying? And kids are thinking about stuff like that. So I feel like she played on that and she took advantage of that. No man, he's in those years where he's sexually curious. So let me, you know what I'm saying? So literally she was like, no, let me show you how it's done, because you know, since you haven't, so that you don't embarrass yourself going forward.
And then how does he feel about the situation after, like right now? Like
he didn't say how he felt, but he didn't speak about it like it was a traumatic thing.
Yeah.
Cause I even told him, I'm like, you're a victim. Like, what do you mean,
bro,
dude? Like,
you're a victim.
Oh, victim. Like, they take advantage of you, and he's like, nah. But like, I mean, I know stuff that I know because of her, and I'm like, hey, you see now,
my brother.
You see now,
my brother.
You see now, that's the thing. They play on their heads, dog, and they take advantage of these kids, bro. And they make them feel like, you know what, go 2 seats and
go 2 seats,
like go 2 seats. Yes, if it wasn't for me, like no, literally, she was basically giving him credit. He was basically giving her credit. Sorry, he was basically giving her credit for that. Like, and I'm like, Chumi, you're a victim. What do you mean? You're giving this woman credit for teaching you the game? No.
What game do you need to know at the age of 13?
Bro, Like, no.
Yo, dude.
And also, like, as like ngwanyana or like vele like when we look go chumia how one of the little brother. Waria. Yeah, that one.
And as much as
that one.
why you that thing no, protect young girls from, they could be molested by their uncles
and
they can be molested, but I think
older brothers'
boys,
friends and whatever.
Exactly, but I think baby boys need to be protected more as well.
They don't have those conversations.
Like they don't
with them or surrounding them.
Because if I ended up being a boy mom, yes, as much as a parent you can't always be there. You need to hire your nanny and whatnot. But I feel like I'm gonna make sure, like, as the world is extremely overprotective over young girls, little daughters, don't go out nights, don't go out.
Reciprocated.
It needs to be vice versa, because this thing, separating or raising boy children and girl children differently, it's not.
That's how these problems start.
That's how they arise. Like that's how it really comes about. And the craziest story that I heard about a dude losing his virginity. He was like 7. He was 7, and it was also with an older sister's friend. Like the age gap is crazy. That woman was molesting him until he was 13. Basically, was like, yeah, okay, I'm done. You're old enough now. Like, yeah. So this guy ended up being not understanding her. Why is he always like sexually, like, he ended up being hypersexual, like for
just like how like sexual assaulted victims, like
he ended up being hypersexual, and unfortunately it affected him in his relationships too, because he ended up cheating and having this anger towards women and not having respect for women at all, because this one woman that took advantage of you, now you want to go around taking that hurt on all of us. Now, Braga, that's where you're wrong. That's where you're wrong, Braga, and Waiitijo. Because for a good example, there's criminals out there, like literally criminals. R. Kelly is a beautiful example. He was molested at a young age, and then what did he do? He ended up basically taking advantage of little girls because he thought, he could finally have power over this gender after being taken advantage of. If you've been molested and you've been molested and you want to basically take out that rage, you're wrong. You need to go get help. Not help, sorry.
Call your nearest therapist.
Go get some help.
Google nearest therapist to me.
If you have a friend that you can really trust, a friend that you can confide in, talk to them about it. And if that woman that took advantage of you is still alive, go up to her and tell her that, hi, actually, how are you doing? And your kids and your grandkids doing?
You molested me.
And you took advantage of me, and you're wrong, and I hope you go to hell for it. Sorry, but...
you are going to.
You're going to hell, and you need to tell this person, yes, it's going to take a lot of courage. Not everybody's going to do this.
Or be able to.
Maybe what I'm saying is impractical as hell, but
if
tell
you
that
really
person
can.
how much it has affected you. If that person is still alive, because there's many women out there who've been raped by these men, but some of these men passed away, they lived on with their lives, and they're sitting there as victims. Go to that person. If o sale teng mo lefatsheng, if o mo gram mo Facebook, hi, what happened so we both know this happened. It basically made a very negative, it took a toll on me as an individual. And I want you to know that what you did was actually really messed up. And I forgive you, I'm just making an example. I forgive you, I don't have beef with you, I'm not going to try to report you, but what you did was really messed up, and I hope you know that for the rest of your life. And because the thing is, I also hope these women that molest these guys end up having boy children as well.
So that karma is deep. So that karma runs deep. So that they can also feel how it is to have a child who goes through something like that. Sorry, but we're not saying we want something to happen to the child. God forbid.
God forbid.
But dog, I don't understand what goes through someone's head to be able to do something like that, especially to someone who is much younger than them.
Because that's a child. When I see a baby, man, do you know this? Mara, Ejo, the red flags are all over. Have you noticed when maybe let's say you have a boy child, ne? And he comes out really cute. And that one friend of yours is like, oh yeah, I know gonna chama boy, you're gonna break hearts.
Heartbreak. You must watch those ones very, very.
Because there's women out there
there's comments like that.
There's women out there that basically when you see an attractive boy child, get that thing you're gonna be a Casanova, you're gonna be playing all these girls like you. He's such a charmer. Yeah, he's such a charmer. He's gonna be a Casanova.
Comments like that.
If you're a mother and one of your friends or whoever said that, you must
don't leave them alone with
because
that
it's
child.
just imagine if they said that about your girl child.
If a man said that, it's gonna be like, oh my God, you're a pedophile, you're a what. But they never have the same energy for the women who speak about young boys like that. Never. And also another thing, I realized, you see when you were talking about how like they don't raise like young boys and young girls the same and they don't have the same conversations with them. Also like the whole conversation about like your private parts and how like they tell girls no one touches here. They don't teach that to young boys. They don't tell them. They don't tell them, Hori, this is a no-go area. If someone wants to touch you there, you tell them no. They don't tell that to boys because they're thinking, but stuff like this happens to young boys all the time.
They also deserve the same amount of protection.
They need that, yeah. And those conversations, every child, whether boy or girl, every child needs to be sat down with and have that conversation with her. Listen, these are my private parts. No touching, unless it's mommy or daddy bathing me or something. They do not tell those like their boy children that.
They just give them that thing. But like with the girl child, it's different. It's like, hey, I don't know worse with girl children. Sorry guys to make it a little about us. Get that thing out of books before boys because boys bring babies. Now you guys need to enforce that amount of education as well to young boys as well. Hey, yes, fine. You can be a boy if you want to fasa and what fasa, but when it comes to victimization, make sure, like you mentioned, these are my private parts, my private parts. For the same thing for boys, and that gap there's a gap to the market. Educate us.
That's why the boy child left behind. That's why the boy child left behind. Because Velasham, they be leaving you behind.
No, but it's really sad. And if you went through that, I'm really, really sorry. But one thing I'm asking you to do, don't go around basically trying to make it hell for everyone. Deal with it with yourself. Reevaluate, have some self-introspection, and peep the situation. And, bro.
And those who think that it's cool that they lost their virginity to an older woman.
You're a victim, my guy. It's not cool. We're saying this as we are older women right now. Not really older, but we are adults. And we're telling you that was not cool.
It was not cool.
It was not. I could not imagine looking at a 12, 13-year-old.
Not even a 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 year
Not
old.
even a 21-year-old. I'm 23, but get that thing you're you know, I can't even imagine. That is so wrong. And if you are a woman and you know you've done this to somebody,
sis.
If you're a woman and you know what this is, basically this conversation was basically made to bring something that's been in the dark for so long.
Some light to it.
If you've molested a boy child before, it has made a negative, it just made a big negative impact onto his life if when now you're going around thinking, oh, you gave that poor boy street cred or experience.
Even if they agreed to it, even if they were like, oh yes, let's go, it doesn't make it right. You were the adult in the situation and wrong.
Like, yes, the dating pool in your age gap might be trash, but please go enjoy
Leave the kids.
Leave the kids, ladies.
Leave the kids alone.
Leave the kids.
Lena, you were once a kid.
Honor the same thing they say about us, horror age of consent and whatnot. It should be the same for older women. Yes, yeah, you can be a cougar and whatnot, but please, consented age. You're not age
otherwise, leave them alone, please.
Because it messes up with these boys' mentals. It's done terrible things, and now these boys are out here terrorizing us. If you've molested somebody before, ma'am, I do not wish you the best at all. And I hope
And you better hope karma does not find
I
your
hope
children.
you get please. And I hope God gets you, or whatever is gonna happen to you. Because if you know in your noggin that you've taken advantage of a small boy, you're messed up. I'm mad. I'm actually really mad. Sorry.
Honestly, no, it's
No, I'm
sickening.
actually really mad.
And not sickening in the TikTok term. It's like
No,
sick.
like it's
Yanyanyisa.
why you say disgusting, nasty? No, not
No.
like that.
Yanyanyisa.
Yanyanyisa. And if you know deep
Simple
down in
and
your heart,
plain.
no man, I want to help this little boy. Listen, is virginity.
Awamuthusa.
Tusa umurepila
Umurepile.
musadi umurepile musadi umurepile. But guys, please don't forget to like and subscribe. If you guys have experienced, if there's anybody who experienced molestation as a guy, can share your story, even if it's anonymous. So you can comment below or tell us how you feel about this topic, and let us know, what do you think the world would be a better place when it comes to men or young boys being molested? What do you think? What are the measures we need to take as a community to basically minimize these things from happening to young boys?
And also, do you feel like it was fun, or do you feel like you were a victim?
Let us know.
Let us know.
If you have a business, please contact us. We would love to advertise you and bring you here. Give us a call. Don't be shy. We love you. See you on the next episode.